Yo, really, man. Really? We're back.
Welcome back.
Oh, okay. No, man, we can't welcome them back. Now we took time, so should welcome them back.
Welcome back.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome us back to our channel. Because we took forever. We took forever. The last time we did our video, when was it? I think a month ago.
Yeah, it was a month back.
So that's long enough. According to our plan, we wanted to start at least, wanted to upload every week. That's according to the comments that we've seen, wherein most of you were saying, no, you enjoy our content. And we appreciate, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate that people liked our videos. People like our channel. People enjoy our channel. That's another reason why we are back.
And we are very thankful, guys.
We're so thankful.
And the 2,000 plus subscribers, new subscribers.
You deserve a hand of applause.
And have you realized there's not even one dislike?
Unlike, people liked all our videos, guys. We really appreciate.
We are so thankful, guys.
And those who liked and not subscribed, please subscribe so that when we post these videos, if people think subscribing has anything to do with them pay, you don't pay anything. When you subscribe, it just ensures that every time we post a video, you are able to see a notification that Shadrose CoupleTv has posted a video. Nothing else, and we really appreciate even the comments. I think some of the comments, there's one comment that I took attention of, is the one where someone was saying, we need to maybe get some speakers. I mean, some mics.
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Because of the quality of the sound and all that.
And we're working on that.
We'll definitely try to improve on that. We don't know when, but we are saying with your support, as you continue to subscribe and watch our videos,
it will encourage us, to
give more quality.
Yes, and more content.
More content, really playing, because today we're doing it. So if you support us, obviously we'll give you more important content. But the question is, what are we doing today?
Today, as we promised last time, our pregnancy
journey.
Yes. So I think it's important for us to reflect, like from the last video, so it could create a linkage.
So if I'm not mistaken, I think we highlighted that from the last part? Well, okay, somewhere in those parts of the videos, that we will specifically have a video that explains deep about our pregnancy journey so it's one thing that it's certainly heavy to share,
Right.
But because it's something we experienced, we don't even have to rehearse it, don't have to practice it. We just have to voice out from how we feel about it. But I don't want to lie, for me it was quite heavy. It was quite heavy.
Very sad, stressful, frustrating.
Yeah, man.
All those feelings, Nje.
In the past videos, we had a situation where they were so emotional. I wish we can be strong today and not
and not cry.
Not cry, because when we cry, when we drop our tears, sometimes we forget some of the things that we want to share because we become more emotional. But we try, because we don't just control all
our
these
emotions,
things and all that. But what is key is that if you haven't subscribed, watch and share. We'll really appreciate at Shadrose CoupleTv. Want to continue giving you more content. What is special in today's session is that you get to see our son.
Yes, finally.
Finally you get to see our son.
We've been asking for pictures. And so Itu gave us permission.
Now the boy gave us a permission. He has grown enough to be published. Mwana wa bulela ka 3 months. Ka 3 months, Itu said, okay, it's fine.
Is it 3 months?
No, they will know as we go on. Maybe you'll get the real age. The age. Oh yeah, the months of the boy.
It's age.
Because
when does zero? Age to zero.
When you're getting old, but you are aging. So I didn't want to go there. But
what are you trying to say?
But it's fine. You'll get to know his age. Maybe in today's session or next time. But what I was promising today is that before the end of this video, you will get to see him. And we're introducing him to our family, Shadrose CoupleTv. Maybe going forward will be Shadrose Couple Family or Shadrose Family.
Yeah.
It can be very nice. Alimo singing.
That's what it's your game. Do what you wanna do.
He's already singing along, Shem. Guys, let's get straight to the point. Where do we even start? Because
I think we should start from the last miscarriage. You remember the last miscarriage? It was so hurtful to an extent that you know what, we decided let's just go and see a specialist. Do you remember?
No, I really understand, but I think it's important that there was a point in time wherein we didn't want the baby.
Yeah. Oh.
And there was a time wherein we wanted the baby and the baby didn't come. So to create a linkage of the last part of our last video, there was a time wherein while we were still on campus, a situation happened. and we were surprised when we were seeing months passing. How many months?
Yeah, it was 2 months.
2 months without her going into FIFA break. Without they going to FIFA break. So we're surprised. And then what if? Because one other thing that we reflected on our first meeting there by the stadium is that she didn't want to have any baby as a student.
Yes.
And I supported that as well because I was looking at my situation
and
at
I
that
also
time.
said that he should put a ring on it first before J. Power to I'm not up. As long as you click with and as long as you that's what matters. It doesn't matter.
I still love you.
I love you too.
I still love you. So yeah, and it happened that we got worried, and I remember I went to gate 2 to get the test.
I was so scared.
Then I was scared, but
so scared.
I had to man up and say, if it happened, it happened. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it's happening to someone that I love. So.
Yeah.
But at that time, honestly, because I was even working on contract, things were not so fine.
And hi, what was I gonna tell my uncle?
Yeah, because it was just gonna be.
Yeah,
so what happened?
So we took the test, and it was negative. Yeah. Okay, the other side of me was happy, but I still said, well, what if it wasn't working, or what if it's false negative? What if it's positive? It's just hiding, you know.
Because it happens, you know.
It happens. Oh, you remember a week after that test. Ha, FIFA yaboya.
So
I was so happy.
FIFA yatswalelwa yabontsha or games can play. Match and so forth and so forth. And
yeah,
so
I was very happy.
Until when we both completed our degrees, and by coincidence, when she finished her studies, I got an employment in her own province. So that meant that we can stay close to each other again, even after campus. But I still believe that even if it wasn't for that, we were still going to be strong. We could maintain. But what I liked most is that I got the job in your city. So that meant we were going to be very close to each other. But it didn't go as exact as we were planning, wherein that will stay together. You got your job somewhere.
Yeah. I used to speak more Belfast.
Yeah.
Belfast.
Yeah. So what is important is we then started wanting the kid so bad.
Yeah, because I guess that's
But-
when that's when you love a lot.
So
when
I've
you
sent
love a lot.
uncles to go and negotiate that. Can we give them animals? Then they give me an animal. But
Okay.
so they agree that, yeah, give us your animals. We'll give our animal. Hence, you see,
Okay.
we're here together. So after that, that's when the reality started kicking in now.
Yeah, we decided,
that-
okay, now that we're married, we're finished. Okay, I was in an internship at the time when you got permanent employment, but it was.
Honestly,
Then we said, it didn't really matter for a money internship. Then we said, no, it was time. Let's just give it a try. So.
Honestly, at that time, in my mind, I was thinking it's going to be easy, no?
Same here.
I was thinking it's going to be easy to have a kid. But sadly, as we indicated in our last videos, we were hit up by a number of miscarriages. I don't want to lie, it was quite hard. It was quite hard. That level of miscarriages has also pushed us to find alternatives. We are staunch believers of God, and we also thought maybe let's also try it medically, because maybe there's a problem that we don't know. And we tried, we visited specialists. Because what was worrying more is that I felt like we were getting old. I mean, if we don't have one at this age, I felt like we're getting old.
Yeah, and I personally wanted a child. The age didn't really matter because for me
it's because most of the friends, people that I lived with most of the time, my colleagues, they all had kids, at least one. In my heart is like, okay, let me just have at least one. If you can have one and be fine. When you are this couple that looks so happy and everything, but you don't have a kid. There's that thing. But what I liked most is that it didn't affect our relationship. It didn't affect how I view you. But personally, it was paining me. I don't want to lie. I felt it every time when they speak about their kids. I would feel it and make it pass, because I like making jokes. Sometimes we just make a joke and pass, but alone to still come and say, Chief, you don't have a kid. And at that time, there was also pressure from social media.
Yes, people were asking every time after we post a picture. Oh, Shadrose Junior Nyana. So we had to brush it. We had to brush it and say, we're not ready yet, and all that, knowing very well that we are ready, we are trying, but nothing is happening.
So we made efforts to go to
specialists. See a specialist, yeah. That's when undiagnosed endometriosis.
Oh yeah. What's that?
Yeah.
What's that? What are the
endometriosis?
Oh, meiosis limitosis. So yeah.
And then I had to go and have it removed because it's more like a growth. So all those miscarriages. So so I had to go and have it removed. And then, after that, we were so hopeful. Thinking, now, okay, we're going to conceive, obviously. And then we tried, but
I think I've learned there that sometimes the will of God is just needed in everything. You can be medically fine or biologically fine, but you still need divine intervention, because we prayed so hard that we need a kid. And I remember there was a point, even after that surgical process, where you had to start, I think, taking some pills.
You study hormonal
But it didn't
pills,
work.
but it didn't work. Yo, and
At one stage, I even thought you gave up.
I was no longer drinking the pills, because I was like, I mean, and do you remember, those pills required me to eat, so I had to eat more, and I was gaining a lot of weight. So as I gained a lot of weight, people were thinking, oh, what if you're pregnant? And all that, and I'm like, I'm busy gaining, I'm drinking pills, and I'm not conceiving, so why take them? So why gain?
Yeah.
So then I decided, you know what, let me just work on my figure and
yeah,
leave them.
it was painful, you know. Even though at home they were not saying it, but you could always think on their behalf, or what are they thinking, and all that. I think what has helped us is us first believing in each other, you know, and not just believing, supporting each other under that circumstances. Because honestly, that period wherein we were not making it, if you're not strong enough, many guys would cheat. They would decide to leave, or just to mistreat you, so that you give up, you know. Because sometimes, as one now, we tend to shift the blame sometimes, that maybe these women can't just bear children, can't they? I personally believe that it's more also spiritual connection, because I don't know who taught me this, but I believe that there is a meeting that our ancestors and God sit together to discuss that ngwana rena o nyala ngwana lena wa nyaka ngwana. Are we granting them that opportunity? You know, I it just passes my mind that there could be that form of meeting. And sometimes we blame the other part. Maybe I blame you for not having kids, while I don't know the minutes of that meeting of ancestors, you know. So sometimes, especially as young couples, it's important that we try to understand just beyond the biological or the mental, I mean the health strength that we could implement into all this. Because in as much as I was feeling that way, you also needed the support. I mean, you also needed me to say, it's fine, let's go, even when I know it's not really fine, but just to prepare you psychologically. Because sometimes we don't have kids because we are so highly targeting to have kids. We get to forget that we need to enjoy ourselves. We start focusing on the kids, and they don't come.
Yes,
you know?
you're right. And the stress, the stress. Obviously,
once you're stressed, you can't conceive while you're stressed.
And you remember the time I even asked you for it. Say if really I don't bear, or maybe I don't catch, or maybe the three miscarriages, are you still gonna love me? Are you still going to accept me for who I am? Are you still going to continue with the marriage until we grow old? Maybe we adopt and all that. And I loved your response. I loved your response. And that's when I've realized, so you know what, this guy loves me. I feel this guy loves me, because he just told me what I needed to hear at that time. So you telling me, it doesn't matter whether it doesn't matter whether we have kids or not. You'll always be here. You'll always love me the way and nothing will ever change.
Yeah, because on the other hand, I also believed that we did not meet each other because of kids. There was beyond that, As I always say that it's just beyond. It's just beyond having kids. It's just beyond getting the support from outside. As long as we love each other, we are happy with one another. Why should we stress? So that was going through my mind. But on the other side, I also knew that God has His own miracles, and they will transpire as time goes on. So what I also remember in that situation is that after that surgical processes, there were times wherein, remember, we were not staying together full time.
Yeah.
So there were times wherein when you don't see your dates, your periods, you would get some pregnancy tests. I can't remember how many we bought.
You remember the time?
There was a time wherein I always make sure that I have at least have 2 or 3 pregnancy tests. Different, the cheap ones and
the expensive one.
The what?
The one they 100 rand. Yeah. Oh my God. Good. Oh, yeah. And you know, when I go to the bathroom and test, I would pray. Go kitchen. Go kitchen for Jehovah. Please. Let it be positive. Let it be 2 lines. So
at that time, when you come back, what are you gonna say?
And I can go bathroom. Okay, keep the test. Then keep you go, and then kneel down, go bathroom, pray. And pray, Jehovah, please let it be 2. Let it be 2. Yo. I remember there was one time, but I did not want you to notice. I don't know if you've noticed now. I was very positive. I was very positive, Robana, now, because I had all the symptoms. Remember, but if it like nothing. I cried. Like, you remember the time kitchen too much.
It happened a lot, and I remember there was a time wherein we didn't have. Okay, I almost fought with you when you said you are going to, obviously not physical fight. When you said there was a time wherein you went to test and you never came to tell me what happened.
It was frustrating, and I felt like I was failing you in a way.
Yeah, but keeping quiet, does it help?
There was a lot of things that were running in my mind. I was like, I keep on disappointing this guy, and it got to a point where and I felt like me telling you that it's negative always. It was just some sort of disappointment or some sort of, I didn't want to hurt you anymore. Yeah, and at that point I felt like
but you know how not telling me hurt, because I think it makes it worse.
Yeah, I understand, and I know that I already apologized, and I'm still apologizing.
No, it's fine.
I'm still apologizing.
Fine.
But yeah. I love you.
I love you too. So it happened like that. And we reached a stage wherein we are no longer focusing on having a kid.
Yeah. You remember it was the time. Yes, it was the time. You know what? We're no longer happy in this house. Yes. I could see you really love me. You truly love me. You try to create moments wherein we'll be happy and all that. But I could see the mood was no longer, that. And you remember, not supposed to, maybe at that time, not supposed to, we're no longer doing the live videos and all that on Facebook, because the mood was changing, and I was like, it's because of trying to conceive, and then I thought, you know what? Let's just give up on that. Not really give up. Let's just leave that for now and just leave everything to God.
And I think it has helped, because we channeled the attention somewhere of just being ourselves, a young couple who's
yes.
happy. And in the space, because we took off our mind from it, it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to doctors to try and see if they can help. They did all the operations they could. It didn't work. She took all the medications. It didn't work. When we left everything in God's hands, there comes.
That's when. Yeah, and you remember it was the time we went to Pretoria. That the time we went to Pretoria, Paris.
Oh, we went to F&B.
Yes, that's when we went to F&B. It was actually a starting point for us. We're actually starting afresh.
To say let's ignore everything.
Let's ignore that. Let's focus on ourselves.
Go to
let's be happy. Let's explore
adventurous places.
Yes, and that's when we went there, and then Corona.
So Corona
came, but it was a blessing in disguise.
Because now we had to be close to each other.
Yes, we had to quarantine.
So we had to quarantine. So yeah.
And we quarantined.
And there came
and then
we called vaccine. Yeah. So, but the day you informed me. Oh.
You remember you were at work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were at work, and I just thought to myself for one second, because we already had pregnancy tests again in the house, and then I said, right, let me just test.
And I don't know, but that day I had a feeling, man. Did you call me that day? Or were you calling me or Kawani?
Yes, I asked you Oyana Kumang. I asked you because I wanted
to me
do
that time
like a surprise something.
I don't know, but at that time I also felt like there is just something special you want to do. To me, it's like I thought sometimes you find making some designs. Out of nowhere. So by the level of calls, I could sense something, but I was just a happy person.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure, I didn't want you to get back to the house so prepared, Okay, so this is what happened, he left. He went to the office. I don't know what we were going to fetch there because we were in quarantine. But I think it was a time we really called. Nice level 5.
Oh,
level 4.
Level 4. The quarantine thing was not that strict. I was in office, I remember.
Oh yeah. So he went to the office, and then I thought to myself, let me just go. Let me just take a test because he's not there. And I was planning for it. Even if it becomes negative, I'm not going to tell you people. Because, I didn't even know when I was going to test.
You're no longer telling me.
I'm so excuse my Lord.
No, go for it.
Okay, my love. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I took the test. And as usual, I prayed. I prayed before taking it, and then I took it. When it was still processing the results, I prayed. Yo, guys. Okay, when I opened my eyes, and then I took time to look at the test, and then I looked at it. Come on, you know what I did? Okay, I picked it up. I looked at it. I saw the 2 lines. And then, 5 minutes in. I thought I was seeing wrong. Because it was already in my mind, let it be positive. I thought, what if it's my mind telling me that? And then after 5 minutes, I looked at it again. It was 2 lines. Okay, I even went outside at the balcony. I looked at it, and it was 2 lines. Then I confirmed. I confirmed to finally. Then that's when I called and asked you, when are you coming back to your house? Then you told me, and okay, I'm like, can let me prepare a letter or something. So that's when I took, because I didn't have anything. I didn't have anything in the house.
Yeah,
And
second, we didn't plan it.
yes, and it was Corona. It was Corona, and at that time we were using one car. So no tsamayela ka koloi.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any means to go to Spa and get things. So so then that's when I called like multiple times, and then I said, okay, there is a box, there's a marking pen, let me just take a box and a marking pen and write. He said, I wrote you were going to be a dad. You're going to be a dad. What did I do again? What did I do? I think I took out flowers. We had flowers in
there was always
flowers, and I can't remember with what, but I
But
did
the
a
message,
little. Yeah, I did a little decoration.
I was like, what?
And then when you came in, and he did not believe it. Imagine, he did not believe it at first. And then he told me to do the test again. And I remember at that time, like, niggas now. And we had to drink like water. I had to drink water. So, okay, then I took the test again and it was positive.
That's when I knew that, finally.
Mugai went to the pharmacy same time and to get the expensive one.
I needed to be sure. No, I needed to know the weeks. Remember there's that one.
Yeah. So from then